Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Closing Comments here on September 18th. Let's jump right into our charts and see what happened in the markets today. First up, December live cattle as usual. Did see a nice supportive action in this cattle market today. We did see prices trade lower once again, retesting that prior day low. But once again, we're seeing those bulls stepping in and getting aggressive down here near these range lows, pushing this market back up off of that 231 area, which was right around where the low was over the last couple days. We did see a nice strong push, finishing the day up here at 234.20, up here near these prior 2 day highs. And at the moment, yesterday and today's high is right around that 234.60 area. So drawn a nice line here above these prior 2 day highs. Bulls definitely want to take this thing into the weekend on a high note. So if they can get some bids above 234.60 tomorrow, we could see this market push back up here and retest this bull pivot. And as long as they can get this on some heavy volume and get a nice strong push through the top end of this level and this range we've been trading in over the last 6-7 days here, we could see a nice strong finish for the week and kind of have that momentum at the bulls back as we move into next week. So good supportive action here we've seen over the last few days. Like I said, the bulls continue to defend this 231 area. As we see here, we've had about 5 or 6 tests of this 231 area over the last 6 days, and each time we continue to see the buyers push this thing out of here and get aggressive down here near these range lows. Still pretty equal distribution of volume over this $5 to $6 range here, so we could see more sideways choppy action, but at the moment we had a nice strong finish here today, and the bulls want to take this thing into the weekend on a high note and look good and comfortable as we move into next week. We should see this market continue to rally from here. Good accumulation of buyers over the last few days here, so look for this market to push up here towards this bull pivot, and if we can get some momentum out of here, we could start heading back towards those all-time highs here in the near term. Whether that be tomorrow or next week, we'll have to wait and see. But bids above 234.60 opens the door to new highs once again, and hopefully we can take this into the weekend with the bulls finishing up here near these weekly highs. So, and as usual, bulls need to defend this 230 area. If we get offers down here below 230, we could see this market start to turn lower once again back towards this 220s. But at the moment, looking like we're seeing pretty good support down here, and the bulls are looking to defend the line and see these cow prices head higher here into the fall. Same story over here in the October feeders. Nice support down here in the high 340s today. Didn't quite push down here towards that prior day low, but good supportive action right around the 348 area. Pushing back up, finishing the day above 352. Pretty solid rally here. Inside day action. Bulls want to get a bid above this 20-day moving average tomorrow and finish this thing on a high note here as well. If we can get some bids back here above 355 to 356 as well, that can really set us up nicely for a nice strong trend week as we move into week 38. So tomorrow we'll just need to make sure that the bulls finish this thing back up here near these highs or above that bull pivot, and we should have some smooth sailing back towards these all-time highs as we move into next week. So altogether, pretty nice supportive action here across the cattle market. Looking like things are setting up nicely here as we continue to accumulate more buyers, and we should see these cattle prices start to take off here sooner than later. So look for a nice strong move here to close out the week, and we could see some new all-time highs coming next week. Back to these December corn futures, more downside here today, nothing major, but we did see this market pushing down here below that prior day low, starting to pull back a little bit. Price just failing to push through this gap here around the 430 to 433 area. A little bit of resistance here as this prior support continues to act as a pretty hard line of resistance. Bulls do have the wind at their backs here at the moment still, though, as we are trading above this rising 50 and 20-day moving average. Bulls might need to take a little bit deeper dip here, kind of fill out the handle part of this reversal pattern, and so show some good support down here at these rising moving averages. If they're able to get a bid down here in this the low end of this range we've been trading in over the last 2 weeks, we could see some nice buyer support down here and try and take another run at this 430 level. So it's just going to take a little bit of time for this thing to play out, but bulls are still going to need to attack this gap and the 430 area, and once we get above that, we should see a nice smooth sailing up here to the mid $4 range. But in the meantime, we might need to pick up some more buyers down here in the 415 420 area. Look for this market to continue chopping up or pulling back a little bit here over the near term. And then we need to get a break back here below this 416 area to confirm any more downside. But if we find some good support and are able to push up through 430, we could have a nice new uptrend rolling here. So In the meantime, hang steady here while this market sorts itself out and tries to pick a direction here. So just have to slow play this one in this corn market at the moment. Crude oil prices continue to see a little bit of downside following yesterday's reversal. We did see a nice push above that 50-day moving average, but immediately got rejected, kind of like we saw over the last couple weeks here. This crude oil market's just really not in a hurry to go anywhere. Expect this thing to continue chopping sideways with a nice low volatility grind. Nothing to be really concerned about here. No real directional moves to be expected. Need to get some offers below 61.5 to see any real downside. But in the meantime, expect this thing to stay comfortable here in the mid to low 60s. And last but not least, equity markets having a nice upside day here today following the prior day's Fed announcement. We did see that little dip yesterday pushing back up and started trade back above 66.60, which is a good sign here for the bulls. At the moment, all systems are go for this thing to continue rallying. Nice strong day here today, pushing up off that opening range, but then settling back. We did put in that new all-time high up here during the overnight session, up there at 67.19. Good support off that opening range, but this market just kind of chopping up here sideways above 6,700. Uptrend still remains intact. The momentum is still favoring the bulls here, so we do expect to see this market continue grinding higher. But at the moment, just expect a nice low volatility grind here as we see these equity markets continue to climb. Still a very strong, healthy environment for stocks, and all signs are looking up here at the moment. So still a very nice environment here. Look for these equity prices to keep on pushing higher into the fall and towards the end of the year. So that's all we got for this evening. We are finishing out the week tomorrow, and we will be catching you over the weekend for our Week 38 commentary. Until then, have a good Friday and a good weekend.